Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. Today is Tuesday, it's November 22nd. Hope that you're doing well today and that you've had a good week so far. I'm having my morning cup of tea. I've got my green tea, which is my favorite, as you know, and just enjoying a nice morning. Hope that your week is starting well too. I want to talk today about a topic that I hope is of interest to some of you. It's the topic of whether you want to live alone in your retirement or whether you're looking to find a roommate, either having someone come and live in your home with you or whether you're looking to find a space in someone else's home. Now, there are lots of different groups that offer services around this topic, but we have a blogger. Her name is Karen Venable, and she is the founder of Roommates for Boomers. That's with a 4, roommatesforboomers.com, and they have a matching service for women who are looking to either share their home or to find a place in someone else's. And Karen has written some really great articles just on living in retirement, but she's actually written this one to give you some advice on how to think about being a roommate, and 5 tips that she says that are useful to consider when you're trying to find one or whether you're trying to be one yourself. So here are the 5 things that Karen talks about, and I think it's really a very practical and actionable article. I'll leave you the link so that you can go and look at it in more detail, but I think if you follow these 5 steps, the experience of looking for a roommate or being a roommate will be much more pleasant. So the first thing is simply to ask yourself, are you ready for a roommate? Are you ready? I mean, it's a very compelling decision to make, because you can save money, and it deals with issues of loneliness and being with someone in your same age group. But really ask yourself, do you want a roommate? Now, maybe you're going through a tough patch. Maybe you haven't been divorced, or you've lost your job, or there's something happening in your life which is going to be transitory. That you're looking to find a roommate for a temporary solution, but it doesn't work that way. You get emotionally involved with the people that you live with. So just be sure that you're ready, and that those maybe tough times you're going through are not influencing your decision to an extreme. And then decide exactly when you want to enter into this relationship, and then think about the next 4 steps that I think are really important to consider. Now, the first thing is your roommate ready for you? And maybe the question is, are they a little too ready? Now, a lot of people, if you're renting your own home or trying to find someone for a room in your house, you might find people that come with all kinds of issues and needs. Now, no problem with that. We all have issues and needs. But some are a little dramatic about it, or just show signs that there might be a little bit too much dependency that's going to be needed, that they're looking for too much from you as a roommate. So it's important to know that as you start interviewing people and start looking at people, to watch for signs that indicate that there might be a relationship that won't work. Don't be caught up in someone's personality or the story they tell you. Just try to be, objective about it, and just ask that question. And as Karen says here, don't confuse compassion with being a sucker, which is really important. I mean, you want to be very careful that you're not feeling sorry for someone, or that you do something that you'll regret later. So that's the first thing. Is your roommate ready for you? Maybe a little too ready. Check that out. The next thing is for you to define yourself when living with another person will be like, what that will mean. Are you fully sort of at peace with the idea of shared space, of sharing your food, like in a common refrigerator? Are you ready for people coming and going at different times in the day and night? Are you ready for, just for the experience of being a part of a extended family? Are you ready? That's the next important thing to ask yourself. And also to be very specific about what you want. I mean, don't be abstract. Just try to make a list. And actually, Roommates for Boomers has got a checklist on their website that you can go through, and it's super helpful to really ask those questions at the next level and then the next level down. So that's really important. There's a detailed set of questions there that you can ask someone. The other thing that Karen suggests, which I think is super important, is do a background check. I know this doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but she encourages it highly. Do a background check. I don't know, in the States, I know there are some agencies that do this, but you'll find somewhere in your city or in your country that can do a background check for you on someone. And the reason for this is that, people can be so beautifully compelling and so sweet, and you just don't know the complexity of someone's life or what they've gone through. So do a background check. And if someone says to you, I don't want to do a background check because, just immediately put them on the fail list. Immediately. Because if there's any reason that they don't want you to do a background check, you honestly need to know this. And that's one of the big red flags that Karen points us to. So be careful about that. Don't consider, their personality or the fact they have money or whatever to be a sign of their good character. Do a background check. And the final thing that Karen talks about is consulting an attorney. Consult a lawyer. Now, I know this also sounds a little bit dramatic and maybe overly formal or just something that you wouldn't really want to do. But if you've got, Citizens Advice Bureau in the United Kingdom or in the States, you've almost certainly got services that can help you here, just to make sure that the contract that you're signing with someone, because you should do a little contract to agree, just to find out whether it's going to hold up and whether you've missed anything. I think it's really important to just have them review it for completeness and for sufficiency in a case that someone should sue you. For example, if they were in your home and hurt themselves, or if a mirror fell on them, or any crazy thing that could happen, just make sure that you're covered from a legal perspective and that your insurance is good. And I'm talking now as if you were renting the place, but if you're going into another situation, be aware that these are things you might need to consider, that this is the type of thing people are going to ask you. So, in terms of doing a background check, in terms of, your reason for wanting to move into their home, all these things, there's like a mirror to what I've just been talking about. So be aware. But this is really important guidelines, and I thank Karen a lot for taking the time to write this and share with us. Now, her company, Roommates for Boomers, has a lot of experience in this area, so I would check out their website. But also, there's lots of other places you can go to, and don't be limited by one group. Do your homework. That's actually the bottom line here. If you think about the one thing that is coming out from this conversation. So look at this situation seriously, because it's your life. It's where you're going to spend your time, your day and night, and just be sure that you're aware of all the potential issues that can arise. So I think being a roommate is a really great idea for women over 60. I mean, I don't mean to make it scary or something that you should worry about. I mean, there are lots of groups like the Golden Girls Network, for example. They have a room sharing kind of service where you can find women who around the world who have a room in their home they're trying to rent, and they go through many of these same words of warning and guidance. So there's others that you might have a bit awareness of too. I think there's one called Silver Nest in the States. There's lots of them, but just do your homework and be careful. But look at it as an opportunity. It might be the best thing on the planet for you to do. So I want to encourage you not to give up just because it might involve a few steps. So that's it. And my question I'd like to ask you, is, are you trying to find a roommate? And if you are, what are your biggest concerns? And if you're in a sharing agreement right now, if you've actually in a shared housing agreement, what do you love about it? Or dislike? What's the experience been like for you? So anyway, have a great, great day, everybody. And I hope to see you all back here tomorrow on Mornings with 60 and Me. Bye-bye for now.